Uh, Hi, Mario.
Hello, how are you?
Baruch Hashem, how are you?
Wo, wo bist du?
We are in La Costa.
Oh,
We
very
have a
nice.
convention, Susie and I. There's lawyers and doctors here.
Oh, okay.
And so I will teach tomorrow, as usual, 4:30.
Okay.
And I will teach Saturday night. We'll probably make it 9:30. And I will be back Sunday. So Sunday we'll probably do it probably like at 5 o'clock. Because we have the Navi Shir at 8:30. That's the schedule of the next few days. Okay?
Sunday at what time?
Sunday, if the daf we should do probably at 5 o'clock. And then well, that's what we've been doing. And then
Yeah.
the Navi Shir at 8:30.
Early, we have to start, I think next Tuesday, we're starting Bava Metziah, right?
Whenever we'll start it on time, and then if we have to, there's still, I
On
think
the 25th, which is, what is it?
well, we will start, but we'll continue learning Bava Metziah with it as well, like we always do.
Yeah, and don't forget we still have Bava Kama.
We just have, I think we have one, we did a blot on Bava Kama. I think we just have one blot left. I'm keeping track.
Okay, all right. Walter.
Mario,
Hello.
where is
Hello.
where is our fearless leader?
I'm in La Costa, where we have a medical legal convention.
Oh, there I forgot that you were going to La Costa today.
Yes,
That's right. So you're not coming to play golf on Sunday.
I am not, because we are
How
staying.
come,
We're
how
staying
come
here
you didn't
through
invite
Sunday.
you should have invited us to come play La Costa with you on Sunday. That would be the nice.
You guys want to drive 2 hours to do that?
No, it's not for me it's an hour and 15 minutes.
I wish you were right, but there is construction work going on with Camp Pendleton, which adds 45 minutes. Everyone had the same. I agree with you. It's normally an hour and 30 minutes, but there's some work going on that has added 40 minutes to the drive.
Walter was going to take a helicopter.
No,
That would work.
okay. All right.
I'm actually
All right.
tomorrow morning. So if you wanted to come tomorrow morning, I'd get out of my group and play with you. But again, you'd have to leave at 6:30 in the morning.
It's Erev Shabbos. Sorry.
Right.
Okay.
But it's work because it's beautiful weather here. It's like 72, 73. It's sunny, so it's nice here now. Okay. But yes, I will miss you, unfortunately, Sunday morning. That's right, Susie? We're not coming back Saturday night.
No, we can't.
We can't. Okay. We are on Kuf Yud. Ahushtara. Davakosov Bay Shonin Stama. Somebody lent money and took a piece of land as a mashkon, as a collateral. Now, normally, there should be a star that documents that. And it will say, you get to keep this land for 5 years or 10 years. And if you remember, the lender who is holding on to this piece of land as collateral is allowed to eat payrolls. But you have to deduct it from the amount of the loan. So if the loan was $1,000 and over the 5 years, he ate $1,000 worth of payrolls, the loan is paid off. He gives the person back his field, and the lender, the borrower doesn't have to pay back the $1,000. Now, this star was written stam, without defining how many years. And there was a dispute. The malva, the lender who's holding on to the mashkon, to the land, Omar L'Sholosh, claims that the terms of the star, they've lost the star. Or no, they have the star, but there was no years written in it. And the malva claims it was 3 years. And the lova fine. And the lova says, no, 2 years. And he wants to get his land back already. Meanwhile, the malva is eating payros even in the 3rd year. So do we allow it, or does he have to pay that back? What's the story? Minema. Who do we believe? Rav Yehuda Amar, karka b'cheskas bali kaima. The chazaka is with the owner of the karka, which is the lovet, the borrower. He's the one who is the owner of the land. Yes, he's given the land over as a mashkon, but he's still the bala karka. And the chazaka is with the bala karka. And therefore the malvet, who's holding on to the star, he has to bring a raya that it was 3 years, not 2 years. Rav Kahana Amar Peros Becheskas Ochlein Kaini. The chazaka is with whoever's eating the peros. Therefore, the malvet, the burden of proof is on a lovet to say that it was only 2 years. The Hilchos Kavosid Rav Kahana. Allah is like Rav Kahana, who says that the chazaka is with the eater of the peros. Shamar peros b'cheskas ochlein kaimi. Freit the Gemara, the hakaimalon. We have a Mesorah, the Hilchos of Kavosed Rav Nachman, that this is a halacha like Rav Nachman. Sha'omar, when there was a suffix regarding you rented something out for a year, and then there's a leap year. So, karka b'cheskas balei oimenes. So the mulzik is considered the owner of the land. So, if you just told me that Allah Rav Kahana, that the chazak is with the eater of the payros, that's in opposition to what we've said, that when there's a doubt regarding schirus, we go after the owner of the land. So the Gemara says we can answer that. Hosa milsud la avida laglui. There was a suffix which could not be resolved in the case of Rav Nachman. You're talking about somebody who rented a bathhouse for 12 golden zehuvim per year. And then there was a leap year. And then, so there's a debate, there's a suffix whether they did it a golden dinner per month or was it just done per year. So that's a suffix that we can't clarify. So there, the chazak is with the owner of the karka. Here, Adim are going to show up eventually, who signed on the star, and they'll tell us what was written there. Was it a 2-year star? Was it a 3-year star? Therefore, we paskin that we leave it with the eater of the peros, because so we leave the peros where they are to tell Bezdin to take it out of the person's hands who have it and bring it back later on. We don't go to that length to do that. Now, same case, there was a piece of land that was a collateral. Malva Omer Chomesh. The lender who's holding on to the land and eating payros claims that it was supposed to be for 5 years. The Love says Shalosh. He wants to get his land back already. Amr Lay, so the Lova can say to the Malva, I still Yishtarcha. Okay, show me the shtar, see what's written. And the malveh, right? The lender who normally has to hold on to the shtar, which documents what's owed to him. Amar lo, I lost it. Irkisli. I don't have it to show it to you. So who's believed? Amar the malveh nema. We believe the malveh, the one who has the shtar, who's lost it, who's holding on to the land. Why? He has a powerful migu. Migu the iboy Omar. If he was going to lie already, and he's been on this land for 3 years, because he's claiming it's 5 years, and the Lova claims it's only 3 years, so they both agree that the guy's been on the land for 3 years already. So he could have lied and say, lakulcha biyadi, I bought it. If he doesn't have the shtar mashkanta, and he's sitting on the land for 3 years and nobody protested, he can claim that it's his. So if he wanted to lie, he could have told a better lie and gotten away with it. And since he didn't, we believe him with what he said, that the mashkan was 5 years. That's the Gemara right now. Amar Rav Papa Rav Ashi, Razvid Rav Avira lo svir luhu. Wow, they don't hold like this. Dam Rav Yudah my taima. High star given the Luguvina coin. Mr. Zarbe, listen, this malveh needs the shtar to collect on his loan. What shlemazel lender is going to lose a shtar? He's going to be careful and watch the shtar. So it's unbelievable to believe him regarding his claim that he lost it. Not logical. What's he doing? He's hiding it. Because Savar Ochle Tartin Shani Yiserosa. He wants to eat the fruit of this field for another 2 years. So he's made it like he lost the shtar. Well, if that's correct, Elameata, the special deal that was called Mashkanta de Surah, the Kosvi, how did they write in the shtar in Surah? B'mishlim shanya alin tepik arado below kesef. That at the end of the term of this shtar, the karka will go back to the original owner, and he doesn't have to pay any money. Because they will deduct, they'll calculate how much per year, how much is the loan, and they'll write the shtar for the exact number of years that fulfills that amount, and it's a mashkanta that is acceptable because there's no ribbis. Now, in that case, when the lender's hiding a shtar like that, and claims that, I bought it, so hachanami de mehemen, so is he going to believe? Is he going to be believed there? Are the chachamim going to come up with a takana of mashkanta de surah that's going to lead to people losing their land because it allows the malveh to lie? So, the reason why the malveh, who's now taken possession of the collateral piece of land, cannot establish ownership chazaka by squatting there for 3 years is because the original owner of the land, borrower, is paying the taxes. That's called the taska. He has to dig the irrigation. That's proof that he's the real owner. And that way, that protects his ownership rights in that field. So Chachamim made a takana that's not damaging. So fine, that's good for a piece of land that needs irrigation and there's taxes paid. What about Ara de Leslie Karya Veloyav Taskamai? What if the piece of land doesn't need irrigation, there's no taxes? How is he going to keep his ownership alive if this guy is squatting in his field? He has to protest every year. He has to show up and say, this is my land. This guy is just squatting as a mashkan holder. The imlo emasamai, If he didn't protest, we'll say, "Ew, the opposite of nafshe." You lost out on your own by not protesting. Okay. The sharecropper says that our deal is that I get 50% of the pairs. No, you only get 33%. So again, this is debates now between who do we believe? Me, Naaman. Remember, the owner is the owner. The sharecropper is going to be hired by the owner to work the field. Rav Yudam Balabayis Naaman. The owner of the field is believed. We follow local custom. Svor minei. So initially we thought that lo pligi, that really there's no machlokes between Rav Yehuda and Rav Nachman, and rather haba aser de shaklarisa palka. The first mandomar lives in a community where the sharecropper would get 50%. Haba aser de shaklarisa tilsa, and the Rav Nachman was in an area where the sharecroppers only took 33. Amar la Rav Mary, Rod Bashmuel, Achi Rabaya. Afilu basu de shaklarisa paga pligi. No, that they had this machlokas even if the local custom was for the sharecropper to get 50%. So Rav Yudah Omar, Balabayis Ne'aman, and Rav Yudah says you believe the Balabayis, but the Iboy Omar, because if he wanted to lie, he could say Schir v'lekitihu. He's not a sharecropper; he's just a day worker that I'm paying on a daily basis. So he could have said that by the fact that he said no, he's a sharecropper. We believe him regarding the percentage. He has a better lie. That's another migu, which allows us to believe him. Now, again, you have a piece of land that's been given to a lender as collateral for a loan. And the borrower dies. He's the original owner of the field, who's given it over as collateral. And the field now goes to Yerusha, to his children. We have improved the land. So we get a chelik in the land before a creditor comes. Let's say there's a creditor, Avicha Mishbiach. Your father did it, but not you. So who brings the raya? Al mi lavi raya. The land belonged to the Lova. The Lova died, left it over to the children. It's in their hands. So the Baal Choiv has to bring a right. Saba, a certain elderly Zoking in the yeshiva said, Achiyam Rav Yechlam, Ali Yisonim Lavi Raya, my time, Arab, Kivin the Luguvina Kaima, Command the Gavi. Listen, this piece of land's been set up that if the borrowers don't pay up the loan, the lender can take the land as payment. It's considered as if it's already given to him. Therefore, it's Becheskas the Malva. And therefore, the burden of proof is Allah Yison Lavi Raya. Amrabaya, Fanana Mitanina. I found a brisa the same way. There's a tree that's near a city that has to be cut down. Now, if the city cut it down, there's no payment. If he proceeded and cut it down, he gets repayment. Suffix zekot and suffix zekot. Let's say we don't know. Code says v'enosidam. You cut it and you don't pay. Alma, keep it make its kaima. Since it's been declared in court that's be cut, I mean, like I see Rai v'shakel. Bring proof, and then you can get paid, even though the eighth was already in his rishus. Achanami haishtara, same thing. This star documenting this mashton, given to the Gavaina Kaima, it's meant to collect command the Gavidaim. It's as if it's been collected already, and its value is some lavi raya. Fine. Aisu yasmi raya the inu ashbachi. So the Yisomim brought proof that they were the ones who improved it. Savarachinu lemeimar, ki mislakinam lehu, ba'ar mislakinam lehu. We don't pay them off just with money, that let's say they invested $100 in the improvements, they get a piece of the land itself. But the lohi, that's not the halacha. B'dami misakinan lohi. If they invested $100, we can get rid of them with $100 of cash. Amar Rav Nachman, Amar Shmuel, shloisha shamin layames hashva. There are 3 cases where we estimate the improvements. Umanos of adamim, we don't give them a piece of land as payment, but they get only money. Eloin, bechor leposhu. A bechor gets pishnayim from his other, as opposed to his other brothers, from the nachla of his father. But if the other brothers invested money in improving the land before they divided it, and a bechor is not zoiche in double the shvach, but we still divide the nachla. 2, he gets 2, he gets 2 and they get 1, and the bechor pays the money without karka. So that's one example. Creditors, and if the wife wants to collect the ksuba from the yisomim, that if the yisomim improve the land of their father, and a creditor of the father comes and takes the land away, and they're claiming they want to get repaid, or a woman who comes to get that piece of land to pay her ksuba, they can pay the yisomim money. They don't have to give them a piece of land. Similarly, Baal Chayv L'Lukuchos. Let's say someone who borrowed money from somebody sold a piece of land, and whoever bought it is improving it. And then the malveh, whoever loaned money to the loveh, had an earlier star, can come and take that land, can be toiref, that piece of land from the lukuchos. But they invested $500 in the piece of land. So he can get rid of them by giving him $500 cash. He does not have to give it to them from a piece of the land itself. Amar Ravina Ravashi, L'meimer de Sover Shmuel, Shebal Choiv, pays the lekuchos for the shvach, u'miyisle shvach l'lekeach. The Shmuel hold that if a person, buyer beware, that if someone buys a piece of land that really didn't belong to him because it was a previous lien, whatever he puts in there, he's not going to get paid back. He doesn't just get the land, but if there's improvements, he gets that too. It depends how much shvach has grown. If the shvach has grown all the way to the shoulders, then he doesn't get that. But the shvach that he collects, without having to recompense them, it's very little shvach. Shmuel also collected the shvach and gave it to the Baal Chov, and he didn't have to pay anything. The guy who's got a claim on the loven, which is exactly the shear, the karka, and the shvach together, he doesn't have to give the lekuchos anything. Let's say the loan that he's collecting on is $400, and let's say the field and the improvements are $500. So then he has to pay $100 to the lekuchos. If the value of the loan of the debt was not the value of the land and the improvements, and we're now saying the din is, if those lekuchos had invested $100, he pays them $100, and that's how he gets rid of them. There is a mandomer that says this third party who bought the piece of land from the borrower can never, the Baal Chayv who had the pre-existing lien can't be chased away with money. he can, if he wants, he gets his land. No matter what. So then the Malv has an absolute schus in the karka, shop. Right? This third-party purchaser had come to the Lova, bought a field. They didn't know that and the guy who's the creditor comes to take the land away. And let's say the land is he's trying to collect $500. So those buyers, according to this Mandomer, can pay the creditor off 500, and then they'll take the guy who sold them the land that really didn't belong to them because there was a pre-existing land. They'll take them to court to get their $500 back, but they want to hold on to that piece of land. So according to that Mandomer, in all cases, let these lekuchos tell the balchav, listen, if I had money, I'd get rid of you. Leslie Zuzi, and you have to pay me back anyways for shvach. At least havi gar da arakar shir shvach. At least give me a piece of land that's worth the improvements I put in. So we don't, because hachmaiskinon going to shavinila poitiki. Because originally this piece of land was pointed to and says this piece of land is a specific, has to be repaid for a loan. Shamar lo yelecha piron ala mizu. It was told that your repayment is going to be from this, nothing else. And therefore the Balchav wants that piece of land complete. And his shibud was correct. And therefore the lekuchos don't have the right to do that. Mishnah. Person becomes a subcontractor for a field for 7 years. Bishvami Ozuz. And the $700. Ashviyas bin a minyan. You can't say, listen, in the Shemitah year I didn't work at all, and therefore you have to give me another year's worth. If it says Makabel Sareh Chaver l'Shavua Echad, he has no brayer. But Kible Menu Sheva Shonim b'Sheva Me'ozuz. You didn't say Shavua Achas. You said I'm going to take it for 7 years for $700. Then Ein Ashli, it's been a minyan. He can work another year for the 8th year and get paid for that. So Schir Yom, a day worker, Goive, Kol Laila, gets paid not just for the day, but the night after. Schir Laila Goive Kol Yom, a night worker gets the next 12 hours paid as well. Schir shows Goive Kol Laila Kol Yom. The Gemara will tell us what does it mean, Schir shows. Schir Shabbos, you're hired for a week. Schir Chodesh, Schir Shana, Schir Shavua. Im Yotza Bayom, if the last day of work is daytime, Gove Kol Hayom, he collects that day's work. Im Yotza Balayla, Gove Kol Halayla Kol Hayom. He gets the day and the night. Ton Rabbona, Midai L'Schir Yom Shegove Kol Halayla. How do we know that somebody hired in the daytime also collects for night? Talmud Lomer Lo Salin, Peula Sachir Itcha Ad Boker. So you pay him for the 24 hours until the morning. Uminai L'Schir Laila Shegove Kol Hayom. A night worker gets the next day. Shenemar beyomo titein scharo. Or says ema ibcha. Maybe Schir Laila gets the whole night. Schir Yom gets the whole day. Schir is saying mishtamel shlo b'sof. When you rent somebody, it's only paid for the end. So it starts only after you work for 12 hours. It says lo salin pula sachir itcha. Don't withhold wages of a worker. Any Yodeshat Boker? Below, that's tolling. Halona always means till the next morning. So Matam Dorada Boker. You're chayiv for the not paying until the first morning. After that, it goes away. You don't accrue more lodging. So mikan ve'elech mai. So what happens later if he holds another day? Amrav oivim mishum bal tasher. It's not bal tolin. There's a delay. That's called bal tasher. Amrav Yosef Mikra. Shenemar al toimar l'reacha lech v'shuvu mochar eitein v'yesh itcha. Don't tell him come back tomorrow and I'll pay you. So that's a pasuk in Mishlei. Okay, we'll stop here. Okay, again, let's review. Tomorrow we're going to learn at 4:30. Motzei Shabbos 9:30. Sunday 5 p.m. Gemara, and Novi Shir will be 8:30 at night. Sunday night. Have a good one, everybody.
At 9 on Sunday?
8:30, I said. 8:30.
Oh, 8:30.
8:30 when?
Sunday night for Novi.
Novi.
Well, now,
Novi.
when is the daf?
5 o'clock Sunday.
5 o'clock on Sunday. Okay, shkoyach, Ernie, enjoy
And
yourself in La
And
Costa.
9:30 Motzei Shabbos.
9:30 Motzei Shabbos?
And 4:30 tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I got it. Okay.
Bye.
Shkoyach.